hello. Welcome to OurVentura TV. My name is MB Hanrahan, and today my guest is Marie Lakin, my friend. I always have to say that in full disclosure. A community volunteer, a journalist, an art lover, and in our capacity today, the founder and president of ArtsVentura. Okay, that's a nice broad statement. Describe, what is ArtsVentura?
ArtsVentura sort of came out of an initiative from the Cultural Affairs Commission, and it was our cultural plan. And what we decided to do with that was start an arts website. So the city looked into doing it itself. They could not afford it. So I volunteered to do it. And we teamed up with Artsopolis, which is up in Silicon Valley. And they've created these websites all over the country. And we use their platform, and what we do is we publicize local arts events. And the thing I really love about it is there's a platform in there for artists, so they can download their bio, all their work, videos, anything they want. And I've got, singers, I've got, visual artists like yourself, I've got poets, I've got people who do theater on there, and then we also have a listing for organizations and venues. But the best thing about it is we publicize what's going on here in the city of Ventura and a little bit outside. So if an artist works in Ventura and they live outside, it's fine, they can be on there. The other thing that we decided to do with it, and I was really pleased to do this, especially since the funding for the arts has been cut with the city of Ventura, and it's okay, we have a lot of priorities right now, is we are now a nonprofit 501c3 public benefit organization. And we are the fiscal sponsors of the new art walk that we just reinvented in 2011. It is all volunteer run now. The city is not running it, and I was one of the people that took that out privately. And then we're doing a little bit more than that. We are the fiscal sponsors of the Vita Art Center's community program. So basically, if you want a tax deduction for your donation, you can donate to ArtsVentura, and the money will go to the individual organization that you want it to go to. And on a third level, I was very pleased to do the final fundraising for your kite project down on the avenue, and that was just, it's magical. And I don't know if anybody's seen it, but she's a master at public art. She has animated our city, and we love her. So I was very pleased to do the last bit of fundraising for that.
Well, thank you. And so to just explain a little bit, because I understand this. So as an artist, say you got this brainstorm project and you know people that'll give you money, but they're not just going to give the artist money, or they want what? They want a write-off or something, right?
Yeah.
So they want to make a charitable contribution, so an artist would approach something like ArtsVentura, and they can give it to you, and then
it's just a pass-through.
Right.
So they can get a tax write-off, and individual artists can't do a thing like that. And
right.
Also, I think our arts funders in this town are a little tapped out. We all go to the same people and the same pots of money. And what we're doing is, investing people in their communities. So down for your mural, we'd talk to local merchants and just see if they wanted to invest in the avenue and invest in making the place just more vibrant. And I think what we've learned is public art in places really does discourage graffiti artists. It animates the realms. It makes it a more pleasant place to live, drive by, work. It just draws attention and beautifies our city. And this is something that other cities have discovered besides Ventura. San Francisco does this to great benefit. If they put up an art piece, street art they call it up there, on a wall, the taggers leave it alone because they respect it. And this is something we've done successfully all over Ventura. And when I was in Reykjavik, Iceland, they do it there. So it's not unique to Ventura, but we're helping it along.
I wanted to roll back a little bit to what you said again to point out, and your answers are a fountain of information. I'm loving it. Is that one of the opportunities here is that people can make smaller donations instead of just always, again, hitting up the city or artists expecting to get this big lump sum.
Right.
Sometimes it's a little more work, but often community people are willing to invest in their neighborhood, or they're willing to invest in someone who's doing something. That's been my experience. And what I'm seeing is the opportunity that your organization presents to artists is to open their consciousness as well in them interfacing, that then there's this cool go-between that can just help everyone, basically.
Yeah.
You know, and also maybe elevate the people who are giving to feel like, wow, and not only just beyond the the one-on-one relationship, that they're having a relationship with an organization, which sometimes can be scary to people, or faceless, or just on the computer. The computer screen is the face.
Right.
So.
Well, giving back to your community is important. A lot of people want to do it, they're just not sure why. And basically what we found is they just need to be asked. And I think a further benefit of ArtsVentura is because we are sort of a hub of everyone, and it's a self-posting site, so people can put up their own stuff, or they can send a press release to editor@ArtsVentura.org. And I've been working a little bit right now on publicizing our First Fridays event.
Yes.
And it's sort of...
Describe what that is.
Okay, so on First Fridays, it's what we call a kind of a gallery crawl.
Yes.
And a lot of different galleries like Bell and Stoneworks, and then Vita Arts Center, which is now moved down to 28 West Main, participated last Friday. And it's just a vibrant collection of art and music and entertainment and good food even, and
the Wave, and pop-up studios up and down the avenue.
Yeah,
so it is West Side Ventura, we'll say that.
Yeah, 643 Project Space down the avenue is open sometimes on First Fridays. And but there was really no way to find where everything was going on. And we have there's a Facebook page, but not everybody posts on it. And artists are busy doing their art, and I don't expect them all to be great publicists. So that's kind of where we step in. Some are great publicists, others are not. Some are just, and we want to sell art, and we want to make sure that people come to Ventura and know about Ventura. And I just talked to a reporter from LA Magazine about 2 weeks ago, and he asked, well, where, First Friday, tell me, how do we find out about it? So I said, just go to ArtsVentura.org. So he's going to put that in his magazine. And we're going to try to have a comprehensive list of where everybody can go. So it's not just an insider event. I mean, we all know where it is, but if you were just visiting Ventura for the night, you necessarily wouldn't know. And what we found is that cultural tourists as a whole spend more money in a town if they visit for the arts. And that is, cultural tourism is a big deal right now. And the other thing, I was very pleased, I went to a Civic Alliance event, and I listened to a gentleman actually that used to work here in Ventura, Joey Briglio, and he works for SCAG now, and he was talking about how businesses draw young professionals to a city to work and how you recruit. And he says, well, you got to give them something to do, and the arts is a big part of that.
And to feel part of something that's happening, to feel part of a happening scene.
Yes. And tourism generates not only sales tax for the city, but also what we call TOT, or transient occupancy tax, which means bed taxes. Okay. So it's kind of a double source of revenue for the city. And we are perfectly poised to do that here in Ventura. So and this is something that I feel very strongly about, that we need to work on our cultural tourism here. And it is business development for the artists and also as a tourism.
So I'm pretty blatantly West Side oriented, although I work all around town. But so does Arts Ventura, is it West Side or all Ventura? No.
I've got artists from all over Ventura, and like I said, some of them are outside Ventura, but they exhibit here. And we've got like the ballet. We don't have a big performing space for them. They do go over to Oxnard College, but if they want to sell a lot of tickets, they go over to the OPAC, the Oxnard Performing Arts.
Right.
And we need a bigger space here. Well, we don't have one yet, so I do publicize things that they do over there because it's a local ballet troupe, and we've got dance here, we've got magicians here. There's things that people maybe don't even know about. Performance art. I mean, John White's thing on Friday nights, that's First Friday thing, although he's in hiatus in the summer. But that's over at Namba, which is another great space. And then we've got the H Gallery in Midtown, and they're run by the Dab Art group, and they're young and hip, and I love what they do. So there's a lot here to do.
And even in, you and I both know, that the arts, like galleries and specific studios, they hate to say this, but they do come and they go.
Yes.
But as what do you call it? Like not a storehouse, but just like a station where this changing environment can be reflected. Then we don't have to worry about when a gallery goes down or one place goes down, of that being the hub of information where everybody goes for information. That's what I'm seeing, and encouraging artists to take advantage of this like amazing resource. Because nonprofit is just that. You know, you're not doing it to make money off the artist.
Nope.
Hello.
Labor of love here.
Right.
Completely. And it, you know, it just stems back from my childhood when I spent all my summers at the Des Moines Art Center. It was my happy place. And I tell people down at Bell that all the time, and over at Mary's place, over at Vita, and you know, Michelle has got a great vibe over there too, and just it's joy, and art brings us joy. It really does. Well,
you're name dropping some people that I know have been in the art trenches for a long time in our town of Ventura, and the fact of the matter is just as you said, a lot of times artists get kind of overwhelmed. They're just trying to keep their own boats floating. They're so concentrated on a deadline that they're forgetting that promotion is such a huge name of the game. And we've got these digital resources today. It's not just flyers on the wall are good, not to put down any flyers on the wall, but and even word of mouth. It has to be a bigger scene, and we need to avail ourselves
and
think that way.
Yes, I neglected to mention Art City too. And what Paul does over there is amazing, and it's sort of the genesis, I think, of Ventura's art scene. He was one of the very first. So he and Joe Cardella and a bunch of folks, the Artists Union group, and they're sort of reinventing themselves over there too. I think the gallery is spiffed up, and they're doing some great new events. So all that we're promoting on ArtsVentura. So
what I mostly dig, besides everything you're doing for us, is just this emphasis on partnership for people and artists, again, who are notoriously kind of by necessity sometimes are just out for themselves because who else is for them, to think in terms of we are stronger together, we are better together, and there are partnerships, and it's not like no one's going to steal your ideas, we're just all in this together, you know. Okay, so as a final shot, what would you like to see in Ventura if you got the magic wand and could just make
in the
something?
art scene?
Yes.
Well, there's an initiative in the Cultural Affairs Commission right now to do more coordinated events. So get everybody involved in a theme and then promote it heavily. So let's say, take it for example, Dia de los Muertos.
Thank you.
And that was something you've always been very involved in, but maybe to get everybody coordinated to do that and publicize it together.
The dancers, the poets, the art, and have it be with maps that show all the different.
Right. So somebody from out of
on.
our community will come here, spend money in our restaurants, buy art, have fun.
For the whole weekend.
Yeah, no, and just more big cultural events. Now we have Art Walk coming up in October 6th and 7th, and we're really excited about that, and that is something we do. But more in arts events, I think we have the street fairs, but I'd like to see more fine arts events, people who really do outstanding work. So that's the kind of thing I'm looking for.
I love it. So, although the dates may change, the events stay the same. Marie Lakin, this has been amazing.
Okay,
Keep up the good work.
Okay.
And we'll be talking soon. Thank you so much.
All right.
And thank you. This has been OurVentura TV. My name is MB Hanrahan. We'll see you soon.